dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Being the 13th of June 2022, it is early in the morning on the continent of Africa. This is Chief Abundance. You know, the crypto space never ceases to amaze Mr. Abundance. There's so much things that are going on, and there is so much to learn in this space. We talk about one of the things that caught my attention a couple of years ago was the exchanges across the globe that Bitcoin can be trading in the US for $20. In South Africa, it could be trading for $25. In Asia, Bitcoin can be trading for $35. In other words, no one exchange determines the global price of any coin. And what will happen soon is that investors and traders will gravitate to exchanges that gives them value. Because why would I sell my TAC for example, today I see on Birex, TAC is trading at about 4 cents. On CREX24, TAC is trading at almost 20 cents. And so this gives you a understanding as to what the dynamics within the crypto space. And so I am saying to the Tiashans that there is always a lot to learn as we're about to launch our own exchange. There is quite a development that is taking place in the crypto space that will haunt a lot of us as Tiashans. The mindset of Prince in Nigeria, it will come back to haunt that mindset. You know, the ambassador said, I think in one of his last video that he had, a lot of us, and especially, I ain't talking about Tiashans alone, but the Afro-Caribbean man will miss crypto adoption because we are wondering generalities. We keep wondering after everything. Every shiny object that passes, we wonder. A lot of us who came out of TBC now ended up in some coin, they say Zoga coin, that can't be traded with any other coin. I mean, why would you enter a crypto? You have experience in TBC. Allegedly, you cannot trade. You enter Zoga coin, and you're inviting leaders to enter Zoga coin with you. When are we going to learn? Go to a TAC website, exchange on the different platform. You can trade TAC against Bitcoin. Can you trade TBC or Zoga coin for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, BTC? Bitcoin Cash? No, but you can trade TAC. But that's not your interest because there's no hype. There's no hype around TAC. There is a long-term vision around TAC. But here is the shocker this morning and the breaking news this morning. that is coming out of the industry. Yes, Bitcoin is taking a blow. Cryptocurrency globally is taking a blow. Over 950 billion in value has been wiped out for the year in the crypto space. And that's no small money. It's no small money. A matter of fact, it's not even for the light of heart. Yeah, over 950 billion US dollars have been wiped out of the global crypto ecosystem. I'm speaking to the Tiash. I'm giving you education. But here is what is about to happen. That in spite of all what is happening around the globe with regulations and cryptocurrency, and even with the last debacle with Do Kwon, who is now under U.S. federal investigation from the SEC level, after they found that allegedly he sent over 80 millions into secret wallets around the world, while Tetra Luno, before the collapse of Tetra Luno. So that gentleman has a lot to give account for. But in spite of all that, this is what is now headlining around the world, that digital currency will become legal tender. Digital currency will become legal tender across the globe. Crypto adoption across the globe. The reports say that it's growing at a much faster rate than previous data would have suggested. The release continued to say that new data suggested 4 in 5 American retail organizations are expecting digital currency payment in the next 5 years. Tiashans, do you understand what this is saying? The release continues to say they also believe suppliers will accept payments in both stable coins and cryptocurrencies. There is an overall high expectancy for crypto influx in America retail market in the coming year. And so what the analysts are saying, that 4 out of 5 American retail organizations are expecting digital currency payment. And not only with this report talk about both in stable coins and cryptocurrency. Is not stable coin a cryptocurrency. Stable coins are cryptocurrency. They're just stable, purportedly stable, because Lunar Threat was supposed to be stable as well. But we saw what happened. You see, that is what we like. We like hype. And we like to jump into coins that we do not know the genesis of them. That is our problem. TAC is at 19 cents on one exchange as I'm speaking to you, nearly 20 cents on 4 cents on another exchange. TAC has no business. TAC has no business to be cents after 1 year, with all the education and all the training that has been done. But the script says, the poor you shall have with you always, and except you have a vision, you will perish. And for you to exercise your vision, just like the leadership in China. China 35 years ago could not feed its citizens. China, as a result, entered a policy that this world has never seen. They took drastic measures because their situation was dire. And they came up with a policy, one-child policy, that no parent can have no more than one child. I'm talking about an economy that we, the Afro-Caribbean leaders, are now running to sustain our economy. A country that could not feed itself. What did China do to recover and to be the world's leading economic and nuclear power today? What did they do? What sacrifices they had to make? We, Afro-Caribbeans, we don't want to sacrifice. As a matter of fact, we don't even have time to think long term. And we do not really hold our leaders to no standard, absolutely none. And that is why we have the results that we're having today. And as a result of that, because all of us are a product of our environment, you look at the leaders today who are in politics, especially Africa, most of them are expired. They have no use. You know, when you look on products, and I said it in my country about 10 years ago. I said it in my country 10 years ago that both the ALP and the UPP, they have expired a long time. And that is why they're having the nonsense they're having there in my country. Because they expired, the parties are expired. But we can't see it, because we are junk with politics. That is it. That is why we are where we are. That is why we will always get the same result. That is why the majority will always be poor, because we do see and copy. We are copy and pasters. The person who are really making a difference in this world are those who dare to be different. I mean, look at yourself every day. Look from since the year started. What have you done differently? I'm asking the question. Look around you. Look in your home. Look in your community. Look in your churches. What different programs, social activities, what different ideas, what different style of service have you came up with from since the year, and you expect different results? And so these are the mindsets that come into tack. And so you think Mr. Abundance is going to surprise that we are where we are intact? At least some came out and begged Abundance to buy their coin because they can't wait to get rid of it. They are showing up to the job 30 years, working for salaries that cannot maintain, but they're not desperate to get out of that one. But something that requires no work, I said no work, because this economy, the harder you work, the poorer you get. Don't take my word for it. People in the Caribbean, you need to come to Africa to see a different level of industry. Pongers of stones. These are the hardest working people. It takes a lot to pong stones. These are the poorest among the society. Pongers of stone, hewers of wood, carriers of waters. The harder you work in this era, because the infinite has set before you an uncommon wealth system that you fail to recognize. You and your spiritual leaders, most of them, because some got it, fail to realize. And the adoption period will pass you, because every season has a beginning and an ending. You show me the season that never changes. Isn't even the script says that there's a time and place for everything? There's a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to gather and a time to scatter, a time to love and a time to hate, a time to work and a time to play. Even the script tells you that there's a season. So why you think that you're playing with your uncommon favor, and when the time passes, then who will you blame? The simple instruction has been the simple instruction from since we went onto this exchange, TAC, BIREC, has very simple. Allow the admin to lead and you follow. Because that is how we were able to navigate a successful launch to certified TAC on the exchange when Mr. Abundance was in total command of the wheel. When I said when Mr. Abundance was in total command of the lead of the wheel, we navigated some waters that this world has never seen, because we have never had anything in our lifetime like COVID, where it shuts down the global economy. For months, many companies that we knew were standing over 50 years, some of them over 100 years before COVID. COVID sank a lot of them. They're no longer around. Traditional businesses could not survive. And TAC was launched in the midst of that financial chaos. Oh, it was a moment of shock and awe when the time came and the decision was left for Mr. Abundance. Do we stay in the harbor or do we launch this ship into the deep? That was the question for the community. Oh, it was a trying moment that none of us have ever witnessed. But I've always said to you that there's a difference between management and leadership. There's a total difference between management and leadership, because management are very comfortable with systems. Management do not create new systems. They're good at managing them, but they don't create them. That is why when a company takes over new leadership, management begin to tremble. It's the same thing with politics. When politicians are removed, then the political appointers get nervous. Yes, they're very nervous when it comes, because they don't like changes. They're not prepared for changes. But leaders know that except they disrupt what they would have created in the first place, they will not grow. And this world will never see the best of us. And so leaders like myself, we go where no one dare to go, because we know in that moment when you lose yourself is when you gave birth to something different. That's the difference with leaders and people that are successful. They do things that others will not. I remember even as a young employee at Jolly Beach, moving from department to department. A lot of them did not know what I was doing, because they are stuck. They are stuck where they are because of fear of failure. They are stuck as to what others will say if they go to one department and they cannot make it, because that was their biggest fear. So Abundance, suppose you go to that department and you do not be successful, you have to come back and meet all the people that you left behind. That is our fear of failure. That has kept a lot of us who are bright and intelligent people. That is why you have robbed the world of your talent and your purpose. You are here, but you're not here. You're not contributing. That is why most of our lives are unfulfilled, unsatisfied. And instead of we become a blessing, we now become curses to our society. Instead of become givers, we have now turned into a society of beggars. That's who we are when we lose our purpose. That's what happens. Because you are supposed to be a blessing. All of us came here not by mistake. There are problems that only you alone can solve. There's only one of you. Even though you're Siamese twin, your fingerprints are not the same. Your DNA is not the same. That's it. And so we come to a point now where the world, 4 out of 5 US organizations are saying that they are gearing up to accept cryptocurrency, whether stable coin or utility coin, because that's what it is. Because you have stable coins, you have utility coins, and you have private coins. No matter how you're going to dissect this industry, they fall in 3 categories. Nothing more, nothing less. All the fancy names that you will hear, it means nothing. Utility, stable, and private coins. In the crypto space now, I'm not talking about digital, because government digital coin will worth nothing. It's just in digital form. You put the CFA franc or the Bolivar or Sierra Leone money, the loan, if you put them in digital currency, they still remain the same. Digital, government-backed currency. That's all it is. It's not cryptocurrency. Those coins are not being, those digital government-backed coins are not traded on any platform, and their value will not increase. Their values will not increase. And so this morning, I am saying to the global community of Tayacians, we came out of a period where no one has ever seen before, and we did it successfully. I told you already, when it comes to leadership, there's no comparable. And many of you cannot follow. You're frustrated because you cannot follow. You cannot follow what you do not know. And you do not trust what you do not know. That is the problem. That is why we are where we are. Because we want the familiar. We do not like changes. When changes are happening, we get nervous. But that is why we will always get what we got. Because except you change, you will always have what you got. You expect different. No, there will be no different. I'm sorry to tell you this morning. And that is why when we regurgitate the expired politicians and leaders in our community, when we regurgitate them, you expect a different type of leadership. You expect different policies. You expect to see your economy improve. Who are you fooling? You're only fooling yourself. You're only fooling yourself. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.